Hi, I am back with a video. These are the prompts from a YouTuber named Meg Journals, and she used to do these prompts called Junk Journal January and Junk Journal July, and she would have prompts for every day. I started doing this in January, I think. I'm not sure, but I haven't even crafted in a while. So here I'm using these 49 and market embellishments that I had, and I'm using the back of one of the pages that I started in this junk journal, art journal, whatever you want to call it. I don't have titles for these things. I don't like to categorize things when it's kind of a mix up of everything. I think it's a junk journal because I use my junk and that's good enough for me. Whether it comes to an art page or something that I'm going to journal in, which I have, it's kind of a mod podge of it's total utilitarian in the way I'm using it. I'm using these 49 and market rub-ons. I'm using all the frames because I have no idea when I'm going to use these ever. So I just decided to put them on here just to see if it would give it some depth, some distressing. And I'm not a lover or a very prolific user of arrows as it is. And so I figured what the heck, I'd throw those in. I really like the 49 and market rub-ons. Here I'm using a stamp pad and I moved some of the journal pages over so that it would kind of be even. And then I was able to stamp a lot better. I put the stamp pad and that paper because I did happen to ink the page behind it, which was that little mini quilt. And that one's a little bit bright, and I didn't want any brown ink over that. So I'm making it look like an old postcard, making it look antique by adding these spots to it. This one comes from the mushroom set, I believe, from Tim Holtz. And I can't recall the name of it. But either way, I wanted to go with this theme. I had really enjoyed when I made these pages, and I think this was the last one so far. I think I've only done 8 prompts. I really want to finish it because I just don't want to leave this whole list unfinished. I added these stamps, and then that's why. Let's see here. When I wanted to use the postcard, I realized that I had all these stamps that I don't feel like I would have used anywhere else, and I just thought I'd keep going with the theme and just to the max because that's my personality. I ended up using all these cancellation stamps. Some were from Tim Holtz, some were from, oh geez, what's the name of that stamp set? They're from Kathy Holden, I believe, and they're from Spellbinder. So that's who I used, or that's the sets that I used. There's a couple of them that I used, and I even did the cancellation on the stamp for the postcard, and I thought that was a cute idea. I did put a sticker backing on the very first layer of the paper. Then I added that tissue, the pattern paper, and then I decided to do whatever I wanted to on top of all that. Just to not throw that in the landfill and to use up stuff. So I considered that a thing. I used this pack because I hadn't used any of this ephemera, really, I don't think. I really love these vellum pieces. They're really cool. The whole pack is really neat, but there's a lot of gold in it, and so that kind of overwhelms me. Does anybody else have that problem? Since my prompt was antique, I wanted to make these look a little older, and the one different thing that I do is not glue the middle part, and I kind of bubbled it, so I kind of squished it right onto the page where it would fit the bottom and almost near the top, so it kind of has that lifted part up in the middle, and I kind of like that touch. It looked really cool. It gives it some depth and dimension, and I don't know any other words that would help describe that, but that's what I was going for. I'm using some die cuts, some laser cut elements or something from 49 and Market. It's ephemera, and it was really cool. I didn't know that innard of the watch would fall out, and then it did. But I glued it together, no problem. I couldn't decide between the butterfly and the bumblebees, or the bees. I don't even know if they're I don't think they're bumblebees, but they were super cute. I couldn't resist, and I really like them. I also wanted to break up the floral and not put more gold foil on that, and that's why I used those brown transparencies, the ones that look like little berries and leaves. I thought that gave it a different touch, and I like the dark contrast of the lines in comparison to like the muddled rest. So it was pretty cool. It looks really neat in person. Maybe it's just a lot of brown on video, but I had a good time. The last touch that I did was put this little die cut, that thin bow on it right over the watch. And yeah, that's the end of that. I will try and make some more videos. Hopefully, I'm kind of in the mood to do more scrapbooking lately, which is a good thing for me because I have a whole room full of stuff that I haven't been using. So have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.